2018 Ford Ka Plus Review. The good points of Ford Ka Plus: affordable and well-equipped, competitive Ford finance deals, comfortable but fun to push, space for 4 passengers, decent luggage space. The bad points of Ford Ka Plus: bland styling in comparison with rivals. Interior design could possibly be bolder. Few personalization options. Limited engine and trim choice. With value for money and practicality central to its proposition, the 5-door Ford Ka Plus not simply replaces the Ka 3-door, but less expensive versions in the slightly larger Fiesta. It's only one supersized city car available, however, with sensible 5-door rivals to arrive the form on the Hyundai i10, Kia Picanto and Vauxhall Viva. The Spartan Dacia Sandero can be available for an identical price and supplies an even greater number of space. So why can you want the Ka Plus in the Fiesta, or perhaps the numerous affordable alternatives? Ford states that new car prioritizes functionality, high amounts of equipment and fuel efficiency while remaining fun to operate a vehicle. And it seems like a substantial car your money can buy. Ford's entry-level model is growing. While some small cars give attention to style with endless personalization options from zany patterns to lurid paint and bright interior trim, the Ka Plus is really a much more serious prospect. It doesn't try to compete with rivals within the design stakes but alternatively has neat and tidy styling inside and outside and lots of standard kit. It's also much wider than its Fiat 500-based predecessor, giving little away to the Fiesta when it comes to length, meaning there's more space for passengers as well as their luggage. A pair of rear doors also enhances the Ka Plus's flexibility and a sense of value. Only 2 engines as well as trims. Though Ford is renowned for offering countless versions on most of its cars, the Ka Plus just isn't one of them. Just 2 1.2-litre petrol engines can be purchased, with 2 specifications offered. Base Studio trim comes only with all the less powerful 70 horsepower motor, while Zetec trim is obtainable with 70 horsepower and 85 horsepower power plants. Fuel economy for both models is similar, although quite a few rivals offer lower claimed fuel consumption, and therefore if you want probably the most economical small car, this isn't it. On the other hand, in 85 horsepower makeup the Ka Plus is one with the faster city cars. At this end from the market many cars sense that they've had equipment stripped to cut the purchase price. With just 2 specification levels to be had, this isn't the case together with the Ka Plus. Even the standard car includes Bluetooth, a burglar and a trip computer along with a handy speed limiter and hill start assist. Those after an automated gearbox, however, will likely be disappointed, as simply a 5-speed manual can be acquired with both engines. Ford Ka Plus hatchback model history. June 2016, replacing the Fiat 500-based 3-door K, the 5-door Ka Plus is accessible to order with first deliveries in September. Practicality and value have become the key factors, with just 2 trim levels, Studio and Zetec, provided with 70 horsepower and 85 horsepower versions with the same 1.2-litre TVCT petrol engine. January 2017, limited availability Zetec Black Edition and Zetec White Edition launched together with the more powerful 85 horsepower engine. The Black Edition has tuxedo black bodywork with contrasting frozen white roof and mirror caps, the White Edition the contrary way around. Both have 15-inch black alloy wheels and rear privacy glass. Watch the total Ford Ka Plus hatchback review why this small model punches well above the weight. 1 petrol engine, 2 power outputs. Neither goes particularly quickly. 5-speed manual could be the only gearbox. Whichever style of Ford Ka Plus you plump for, its limited performance it's served up using a non-turbocharged petrol engine sending capability to the front wheels using a 5-speed manual gearbox. The Ka Plus is light on power, but thankfully light on weight too. As a result, the 1.2-litre TVCT 85 horsepower model within reason sprightly due to this class of car, accelerating coming from a standstill to 62 miles per hour in 13.3 seconds and keeping planing to 105 miles per hour. Around town the engine is smooth and pulls well from low engine speeds, as the light, progressive clutch makes this an uncomplicated car to push slowly. You will have to make full use from the engine's rev range to maintain faster traffic within the motorway, since it takes a while to produce speed, though. With around 20% less muscle, the 70 horsepower version from the same engine lags behind the more robust K+, requiring an extensive 15.3 seconds to strike 62 miles per hour. Both models have an identical amount of pulling power, meaning the lesser engine is a lot more capable as opposed to figures suggest. With only a small price difference between 70 horsepower and 85 horsepower models, many buyers is going to be tempted to opt for the stronger version, the way it's very likely to feel somewhat happier on dual carriageways and motorways, specifically if you work the engine hard, gets hotter, out-punches its less powerful sibling. Keener drivers should benefit from the K+. Light steering is made for city driving. Tackles motorways easily. The Ford Fiesta is one on the tidiest handling superminis around. Sufficient reason for so much Fiesta DNA grand to the K+. It's no real surprise that it takes corners with your enthusiasm. Not only is it simple to push, but it's more pleasant than most cars in this price. The steering, which can be nicely light and direct at low speeds, is able to inspire confidence at higher velocities, with a level of weight around bends. Throw in controlled but comfortable suspension, which makes the K+ surprisingly sharp around corners, while proving very stable about the motorway. With its small dimensions and tight turning circle, the K+ is straightforward to place for the road and really should be easy enough for almost all drivers to park. The chunky tire and stubby gear lever fall nicely at hand, adding to the feeling of control from when driving. Dark, uninspiring interior. Feels well built and robust. Multimedia package is poor. The interior on the K+ is extremely dark and plain. All the materials feel solid and designed to last, but there's none on the chic design details that models much like the style-centric Fiat 500 get, as well as those on the Citroën C1 and Peugeot 108. With black seat fabric, black dashboard plastics and glossy piano black trim, the K+'s cabin is often a pretty uninspiring destination for hobby, although the materials do feel surprisingly plush. The layout of controls and build quality are fine, but there won't be imaginative details to help you smile. Function firmly ranks over form here. Even the speedometer looks very dated and drab, especially due to this class of car, where manufacturers are constantly upping their game with new methods of buyers to jazz up their interior and exterior of their cars. No sat-nav system can be obtained on the K+, which means the standard media system is incredibly basic compared to rivals such as the Peugeot 108, with a large, bright 7.0-inch touchscreen system. Even top-spec Zetec K+ models only obtain a small 4.2-inch screen. Ride quality is surprisingly good. Plenty of cabin space for 4, 2. Little exterior noise to gripe about. The K+ may best rivals, which consists of impressive road holding. It also scores well for comfort. There's an abundance of space within rows, as well as the seats themselves offer much greater back support than you'd expect for this kind of affordable car. These well-padded seats imply you should be able to find out following a long journey without aches and pains. The suspension also assimilates bumps effectively, helping to make the K+ appropriate for more than just city car duties is its smooth suspension and decent refinement levels, while low quantities of wind and road noise signify it didn't feel out of place within the motorways we experienced during our assessment. Thankfully, the engine remains reasonably hushed at speed too. Just 2 standard K+ trims. Equipment levels are reasonable. Options are few in number. Ford's kept things simple, which has a 2-tier trim structure with the K+, Studio and Zetec. Standard Ford K+ hatchback equipment. Studio models include 15-inch steel wheels with wheel covers, electric front windows and door mirrors, an AM/FM radio having a smartphone dock, and Bluetooth and USB connectivity. Also included are front fog lights, a speed limiter function to stop you from inadvertently speeding, hill start assist, including a trip computer and a burglar. Stepping Neely's A-Tech trim gets you 15-inch alloy wheels, manual air conditioning, be sure you radio using a 4.2-inch screen as well as cruise control. Ford's MyKey safety system is additionally standard. This lets parents set a maximum speed and audio volume level with regards to children when driving, with such settings saved within one from the keys, encouraging young drivers drive an automobile responsibly. Optional Ford Ka Plus hatchback accessories. The Ka Plus may skimp on personalization options, including two-tone paint options and bespoke interior finishes, but there is a handful of strategies to tailor it in your specific needs. Bright yellow may be the only standard color, with metallic paint being separated out into premium shades and more expensive exclusive hues. Choose A-Tech and rear privacy glass might be added, as can climate control and heated front seats. This A-Tech can even be upgraded while using City Pack, comprising of rear parking sensors, power folding door mirrors and electric rear windows. Only 3 stars when tested by Euro NCAP. Chest protection a space of concern. 6 airbags and stability control are standard. Unlike the Fiesta where it's based that scored top marks for safety, if your Ford Ka Plus was crash tested by Euro NCAP, it disappointingly only scored 3 stars. The organization specifically cited the possible lack of autonomous emergency braking technology and poor chest protection for front seat occupants as areas for concern. Still, you'll find 6 airbags fitted as standard, together with electronic stability control as well as an emergency assistance function that alerts the emergency services inside event of an accident. Helping to further improve safety undoubtedly are a speed limiter on all models, together with Hill Start Assist and Ford's MyKey feature, explained above. All UK models also receive a perimeter alarm in an attempt to increase security. Plenty of space for folks and luggage. 5 doors only because of this generation. Plethora of cubbies for cabin detritus. Space is high for the Ford Ka Plus S listing of priorities. There's room for 4 6-footers, but what's more impressive for the car in this price will be the seats. Both rows offer good back support, so that it is a comfortable car for journeys. You should be in a position to fit 5 passengers in a push, too. Boot space is quite good to the size of car, too, at 270 litres, just 20 litres less compared to Fiesta. This beats the Hyundai i10's figure of 252 litres and also the Vauxhall Viva at 206 litres. The larger Dacia Sandero offers greater loading space, though. There's lots of cubby holes for cans, bottles and umbrellas scattered around the cabin, and therefore the Ka Plus could be your only car, as opposed to simply being fit for commuting or short urban journeys.